times were different back in the day when it was like you'd like be like using a secret pin or like you'd have a homing pigeon with like a little backpack on.
No, now it's all so crazy sophisticated. I was just telling somebody the other day about the CIA trained cats to wander onto the Soviet embassy compound with collars that had listening devices on them just to see what the Russians were saying when they come out of the embassy. But that didn't work because you can't train the cats. So they trained pigeons and they put little listening devices around their little pigeon feet. And they would land on the windowsills. But the thing is that the Russians had double pane glass and they were piping music in between the two panes of glass. So the pigeons couldn't hear anything.
No way. What a game, what a game of espionage, huh?
So much fun.
See, that kind of stuff is so exciting. Now it feels like, I don't know. It feels like we're entering sometimes like a surveillance state or.
We are. It's not like the old days. You know, one of the best recruitments I ever made, Theo, I was doing surveillance on this guy for a week. I thought, this guy would be an interesting target. He doesn't make much money.
Oh, you were doing surveillance on a guy?
On a guy.
And what does that mean you're doing surveillance? You're wandering around in the distance?
Yes, that's exactly what it means.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just wandering around the distance. Watch him every day, see where he goes, what he does, where he hangs out, who he talks to. His wife had left him. But I noticed he walked his dog every morning at 6:30.
Dang.
Every morning he'd leave the house at 6:30 and he would walk across the park. The dog would do his business and then he'd walk back. So I asked in the office, I said, hey, does anybody have a dog? And one of the women's like, yeah, I have a dog. I said, can I borrow your dog for a week? She says, for what? I said, I want to accidentally bump into this guy. And while he's walking his dog, I want to walk your dog. And then I meet him and I'm going to say hello. And then the next day I'm going to say hello again. Then the third day I'm going to invite him to lunch and whatever. It was the best recruitment I ever made in my entire career. And we bonded over the dogs. And it wasn't even my dog. At the end of the week, I just gave her dog back.
And did you learn something from the guy?
Oh my God. This guy was like every case officer's dream recruitment.
And what recruitment means somebody that you're trying to gain intel from?
The person you pitch him, you say, look, I'm with the CIA.
Oh, you told him that?
Oh yeah, I'm with the CIA. I know who you are. I know what you do. And I'm willing to pay you very handsomely to give it to me. And he's like, how handsomely is handsome? And I gave him a number.
What's that number, ballpark?
Well, this is 25 years ago. And then it was $5,000 a month. It would probably be $20,000 a month now. And
good money.
And he wanted all of his expenses. I said, what expenses do you think you're going to have?
Yeah. What, dog shots for the dog?
I know, right? So, he nickel and dimed me with expenses.
Oh.
And my boss would always say, just give it to him. Just give it to him. Because the information was so great. So we had
information about what?
His country.
Oh,
He worked in the embassy.
Got it.
Of his country. And I gave him a disposable cell phone. And back then, you had to buy these little cards at the convenience store and you scratch them off and you put the number in your phone and it gives you units, you know?
I remember that.
And so the phone was only supposed to be used to call me. He used it for everything. He'd give me like $800 phone bills at the end of the month. And I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
That's
awesome. Give you $5,000 already.
That dude's a friggin' snake. I love that.
Yeah. My boss just pay it. Just pay it.
Acoustic Kitty.
Oh my gosh.
Acoustic Kitty was a Central Intelligence Agency project launched by the Directorate of Science and Technology in the 1960s. It was intended to use cats to spy on the Kremlin and Soviet embassies. In an hour-long procedure, a veterinary surgeon implanted a microphone in the cat's ear canal, a small radio transmitter at the base of its skull, dear God, and a thin wire into its fur. This would allow the cat to innocuously record and transmit sound from its surroundings. Due to problems with distraction, the cat's sense of hunger
it sees a bird.
Had to be addressed in another operation.
$20 million.
$20 million, dude.